Right now on WHAS11 News at noon, a person is facing charges accused of taking part in last night's shooting at a high school football game. We're telling you what we know about the suspect. Plus, the death toll continues to rise in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene. The latest numbers reported and how Kentucky is helping those in need. And in Louisville, the rain can't delay the festivities for too long. The silver lining some saw as they rocked out at the end of Louder and Louder Than Life. WHAS 11 News at noon starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for joining us here on WHAS 11 News at noon. We start with an update for you. There has been an arrest in a shooting from last night at the PRP male high school football game. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jim Stratman. Now, according to police, 22-year-old Damon Jerome Williams is facing charges accused in taking part of that shooting at PRP High in the parking lot. That shooting left 2 teenagers shot. WHAS 11's sports reporter Mason Horodisky was at the game and shows us the moments those shots rang out.
Male and PRP High School were in the midst of their Sunday makeup game after the effects of Hurricane Helene pushed it 2 days later than original. With just over 2 minutes left in the game, a player for PRP went down for a prolonged time with an injury. As the crowd went quiet, gunshots rang out and panic ensued. Players and fans rushed away from the noise towards the back of the school.
Students should go underneath the bleachers on both sides, please.
As in the front, 2 victims were shot. In the midst of a heavy police presence, medical would eventually take the victim to the hospital. Players and fans would slowly make their way out of the high school, as what was supposed to be another fun night under gridiron lights devolved into one of fear and sadness. Mason Horodisky, WHAS 11.
Let's get back to Williams. Court documents here indicate through witness testimony that he threw 2 guns over the fence near the visitors' bleachers. When arrested, Williams told police he brought those guns for protection because he, quote, is from Victor Park neighborhood and people don't like them. Now, LMPD are still investigating this case at this time. Now, if you know anything, you are asked to call 502-574-LMPD, or you can always use the online crime tip portal. Let's bring in meteorologist Sam Gabrielli. Obviously, football games had to be suspended or postponed to different nights throughout the weekend because of Hurricane Helene, Sam, but we are past the rain, we are past the wind, and hopefully things are turning a quarter for us weather-wise.
Things are looking up and up here, Jim. I know it's kind of a Monday morning. A lot of us waking up to the very gloomy, overcast sky so far. We've seen some pockets of light rainfalls. We've gotten our Monday started so far, but I promise you a lot more sunshine-filled days are ahead of us. Taking a quick look out the door for the early afternoon. Temperatures are spread so far in the city in the lower 70s. We're only going to be making it today to 77 in Louisville for the high temperature, and that's right at normal for this time of the year. We can thank all these clouds for kind of keeping us held in check with our temperatures. A quick look out the door, 70 in Paoli, Bedford at 69, and Frankfort currently sitting at 70. Our friends in Shepherdsville at 69 degrees. So putting it all together today, the wind shouldn't be too big of a deal. And once again, we're only going to be rising to 77 in Metro Louisville. There may be a brief rain shower possible as we get into the afternoon. The reason why? Helene is still taking her grand old time marching up the East Coast right now, still in the Appalachia region, and we're still dealing with the clouds and the light rain showers from Helene. So in a few more minutes, I'll be talking more about future casts on who has that best chance of seeing some additional spotty rain shower activity like our friends in southern Indiana are noticing in a few more minutes, Jim.
Very much, Sam. Now let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about Helene. At least 91 people have reportedly died from the hurricane. That Category 4 storm made landfall Thursday night in Florida's Big Bend region with 140-mile-per-hour sustained winds. At least 600 people are still unaccounted for in North Carolina alone, which is the video you're seeing right now on your screens. ABC's Rena Roy reports many people are struggling with basic needs.
Pieces of debris, wood, trees, traffic, and power lines tangled in Asheville, North Carolina. The area decimated after Hurricane Helene slammed the southeast. Hundreds of people unaccounted for. Members of the National Guard and relief teams from 19 states joining forces on search and rescue missions.
This is apocalyptic for the entire region.
From the air, an unbelievable scene of debris floating in a river. Homes, boats, docks. A road over the water blocked by more debris. Homes and towns submerged underwater.
When you turn the corner and you see your community just full of buildings and trash and floating boathouses and floating homes, it just sort of takes your breath away. And it was scary.
There's probably 50 trees blocking my neighbor from coming out. I started helping them yesterday. The neighbors at the other end of the road, we got us out, but the other neighbors are trapped.
Western North Carolina dealt with a separate rain system just before Helene hit. The hurricane dumping up to 30 additional inches of rain in parts of the state. ABC's Faith Abube is in Asheville.
We're in historic Biltmore Village, an area that's popular for dining and shopping here in Asheville, which was submerged in water. You can see the debris just around me here. And the floodwaters were so strong that they were able to carry this commercial fridge from who knows where.
The Painter family returning home to 35,000 gallons of water in their basement.
We're stepping on mud and trying not to fall because it's so thick and slippery.
In Tennessee, officials in Union County say more than 70 people are still unaccounted for there. Helene made landfall in Florida's Big Bend region Thursday night. Sunday, people who evacuated from Longboat Key were allowed to return to their homes. Many flooded. A long cleanup ahead.
We're not leaving until the job is done. I also want you to know, I'm committed to traveling to the impacted areas as soon as possible. My first responsibility is to get all the help needed to those impacted areas.
So many roads closed, especially in North Carolina, cutting communities off from critical supplies like clean water to drink. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Let's stay in North Carolina. These videos you're seeing right now were sent to us by a former WHAS11 employee, Larry Ledford. Now, Larry told us it's nearly impossible to get into his hometown of Marshall right now. The main highway running through the town from Tennessee is completely washed out. Ledford also tells us that he lost someone he was connected with due to those storms.
He refused to leave his home. Sadly, the water got so high that it took his home off the foundation. The home did go over the upper dam and basically just exploded, and they haven't been able to find his body. So that's one of those moments where when they tell you you need to evacuate, you should evacuate.
Ledford told us that this is the worst flood in Marshall since 1916. He added that supplies and fuel are having to be airlifted into that area. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear announced that Kentucky has sent an incident management team to North Carolina to assist in the recovery efforts. A Louisville Metro Safe supervisor and a dispatcher will be among the crew that's heading to North Carolina. Now, LG&E has been working to restore power here in the Commonwealth. The energy company said Helene impacted more than 205,000 customers, making it the fourth largest event for the utility over the last 20 years. Now, some of the hardest hit areas are eastern Kentucky, central Kentucky, and of course here in Louisville as well. The heavy wind and rain downed nearly 1,500 wires and broke more than 100 poles. Right now, LG&E says around 7,000 customers are still without power.